Whether you are new to coaching or somehow familiar with it, in this video, I would like to show you how beneficial coaching can be to your company or organization, especially your companies or organizations, leaders, CEOs, managers, and founders. In this video, I will take you through number one, what is coaching? Number two, why to even bother with coaching for your leaders, managers, CEOs, or founders? Number three, what benefits your leaders, founders, managers, and CEOs can gain from coaching itself? And number four, I'd like to introduce myself and share with you my unique methodology that I use when coaching leaders, managers, and other clients. Let's get into it. What is coaching? So before we get into a more specific formula, what coaching actually is, I want to highlight that coaching is a co-creation. It's not a coach's job to tell the client the right answer or project their opinions on the client. It's about guiding a client through the mastery of great questions to help them find their own answers or help them see things in a different light, aka broadening their perspective. So coaching really is unlocking a person's potential to maximize their own performance. You know, the individual already, the client or the person, the individual has the answer to their own problems. And I, as a coach, or through the coaching, the coach helps the client to come to the answers by asking good questions. In coaching, fundamentally, the coach is helping the individual or the client to improve their own performance. And it can be in any area, really. So in my eyes, the coach is not to be put on pedestal. Coach is a guide. We are not creating a hierarchy in here between the coach and client. We are just having a different roles. Coach is there to support the client to find their own answers and trust their decisions, and to help them develop tools so that they can become independent in the future. Put simply, coaching is a process that aims to improve performance, but not only performance. There can be resilience, it can be mental health, it can be, whatever there is, whatever the client, whatever the individual tries to work on or wants to improve, and focuses on the here and now, usually, or maybe also on the future, but not that much on the distant past. So let's talk about our second objective, and that's why coaching for leaders, CEOs, and founders. So let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered, why does Usain Bolt, the world's greatest sprinter, need a coach? Why does Maria Sharapova, one of the world's top women's tennis players, need a coach? Right? All the sportsmen have coaches. All top athletes have a coach to further excel in their performance. There are endless stories of how coaches have helped people transform in big ways. Business executives, and leaders are no different than sportsmen, right? They both operate in dynamic and hyper-competitive environments, just that the playground field is different, right? So they are expected as well, like your leaders and managers and CEOs are expected to be good team players and efficient managers, and they must address stakeholders' expectations, and that makes leadership coaching a must. Okay, so it really isn't for nothing that leaders of big companies and corporations have their own coaches. These people make important decisions every day, most of the day, to be honest. And you know that yourself very well. And if there is something on the inside going on, if the leader, manager, or CEO or founder has something unspoken, something is unresolved, something that created resistance or deep level dissatisfaction, that is reflected on the way they make decisions. That's reflected on the way they lead their people, how they approach their people, but also it affects the quality of their personal life. And we all know that if we are unhappy in our private lives and relationships, that will only be reflected in the professional ground as well. So again, coaching unlocks the hidden potential, which helps experience a raised sense of self-awareness. It boosts self-confidence, wellness, and work performance. Warren Buffett, I just wanted to bring a very special figure in. Warren Buffett, the greatest investor of our time, even he highlights the importance of having a great guidance, right? So I just really want to emphasize how reflection, which is a huge part of coaching, can make better leaders, better managers, better CEOs, better founders, right? So when leaders realize, and when I say when leaders, I mean also when managers or when CEOs or when founders realize by themselves what they need to change or how they should have handled the situation, they'll typically agree to do better next time around, right? Coach is here to make sure that these aren't just empty promises. They are plans for action. This is really important. It's really important that the behavior is adjusted and there's something happening, that it's not only, that they are not procrastinating or they are not hiding or they are not holding back. And this is a thing that coaching, nudges, in a very good way, nudges professionals, the leaders, so to speak, for this particular demonstration, or managers or CEOs, to set a specific plan for improvement so they can follow through and actually change their behavior and improve their skills. So through the reflection, coaching invites leaders, or coach invites those people, leaders, managers, CEOs, to draw their own conclusions and develop solutions. Leaders and managers and CEOs hugely benefit from someone to coach them to think for themselves while keeping them accountable for their actions and skills development. Let's move to our third objective. What benefits your leaders, CEOs, managers, and founders will actually gain from coaching? So I listed quite a few. Let me take you very, very briefly through each and single one of them. So number one, we have improved performance. Coaching helps leaders to identify their strengths and weaknesses and develop strategies to improve their performance, leading to increased productivity, better decision-making, and more effective leadership. Number two, increased self-awareness. Coaching provides leaders with a safe space to reflect on their thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, leading to a deeper understanding of themselves, their motivations, and their impact on others. Number three, better communication skills. Coaching can help leaders to develop their communication skills, leading to more effective relationships with employees, stakeholders, and peers. Number four, improved delegation skills. Coaching can help leaders to better delegate tasks, freeing up time and resources to focus on high-level tasks and projects. Number five, increased resilience. Coaching can help leaders to develop resilience and mental toughness, enabling them to better manage stress, handle challenges, and bounce back from setbacks. Number six, improved decision-making. Coaching can help leaders to make better decisions by providing them with a structured decision-making process, improving their critical thinking skills, and developing their ability to consider multiple perspectives. Point number seven, or benefit number seven, increased confidence. Coaching helps leaders to develop a growth mindset, leading to increased self-confidence and the ability to take on new challenges and opportunities. Number 8, increased emotional intelligence. Coaching can help leaders to develop their emotional intelligence, leading to a better understanding and management of their own emotions as well as the emotions of others. These can improve their ability to build and maintain relationships, resolve conflicts, and create a positive work environment. Number 9, improved productivity. Leadership coaches use different assessments, or coaches in general who understand leadership use different assessments to determine the abilities of their clients. These assessments help them improve the productivity of leaders in an organization or company or a team by helping identify excellent leadership skills and improving weaknesses. Number 10, last but definitely not least, resolving conflict. This type of coaching, or coaching in general, can guide managers, leaders, founders, and CEOs in resolving conflict among the team. Coaches can do this through group coaching sessions where coaches encourage employees to air their grievances and work together on resolving these issues, or working with each person individually. This is just a brief, take you through benefits. I didn't want to go that much deeper, just to keep it short and sweet and brief. And we are getting to the last point. We are getting to the last objective. Why me as your coach? Why me as your coach for your leaders, CEOs, managers, and founders? Why Barbara? Why should we pick her? Well, give me a chance to tell you about my mission, my philosophy, and methodology. Just hear me out. So my mission is to empower leaders, CEOs, managers, and founders to unlock their full potential and drive transformative growth in their organizations through personalized coaching and guidance. My mission is ultimately to guide values-led, impact-driven, and growth-oriented conscious leaders, managers, CEOs, and founders to help them realize and reach their potential physically, mentally, spiritually, professionally, and relationally on all levels. Holistically, because this is very important that we're taking all these aspects all together, because we are multidimensional beings. We need to approach this from a very holistic perspective. At least that's what I believe. At least that's what my experience shows while working with clients and with people. My philosophy is to see the human. My philosophy is centered around the belief that exceptional leadership is built on self-awareness, continuous self-development, and a commitment to fostering a culture of excellence. I truly emphasize as a coach, but also as a human, as a person, the development of authentic leadership as a very individual journey of living as experienced and valued by the individual. It is a culmination of self-development, self-love, and dedication to oneself that inspires and motivates teams to achieve extraordinary results. Let's talk about the methodology. So the methodology I use blends evidence-based psychological theories, industry best practices, and practical application. It involves a collaborative and personalized approach, tailoring strategies and interventions to the unique needs and aspirations of each client. So in Flourish with Barbara, which I am the face behind and I am the coach there, I focus on coaching rooted in psychology and science of behaviorism to ensure long-term and consistent transformation of the client that fosters long-term success and growth. So the long-term and consistent transformation are really the keywords here. Let me just tell you briefly about what this kind of includes. So in my methodology, I use science-based approaches, science of differentiation, and then neuroplasticity and subconscious techniques. So science-based approaches such as human behavior, which is at the core of almost every consulting, leadership, or management endeavor. I use evidence-based behavioral techniques rooted in psychology to help professionals and leaders navigate adversity and utilize it as an opportunity for growth. Then we have science of differentiation. Through the science of differentiation called human design, which is not so conventional yet, it's non-traditional, but I still believe this is a huge, this really sets me apart. Let's put it that way. And I think this is something that should be applied more and more in companies, in schools, everywhere, in every relationship. But it's a conversation for another time. What I want to say is that through the science of differentiation, I treat every person as a unique individual. Science of differentiation provides insights into one's unique mechanics, which helps to highlight their natural talents, gifts, and their unique zone of genius. And then we have neuroplasticity and subconscious techniques. So basically, neuroplasticity is an umbrella term referring to the ability of your brain to reorganize itself both physically and functionally throughout your life, due to your environment, behavior, thinking, and emotions. The concept of neuroplasticity isn't new, and, mentions of a malleable brain go all of the way back to 900s, to be honest. So the concept of a changing brain has replaced the formerly held belief that the adult brain was pretty much a psychologically static organ or hardwired after critical developmental periods in childhood, right? While it is true that our brain is much more plastic during the early years of our life, and the capacity declines with age, plasticity, in this case neuroplasticity, the plasticity of our brain still happens all throughout our life. Okay? And this is also like one of the things I'm very, very excited about to apply in coaching, because I've seen numerous times over and over how this has an effect on the results and transformation on the people I've been serving and guiding and coaching. I'll leave it at that. I mean, we could go deeper into the methodology, but that's not really what I want to do here. I just really want to briefly elaborate on each of these aspects. I also just wanted to include my personal mission statement, and that's striving to be 1% better every single day. I truly believe that working on ourselves is an everyday practice and ultimately adds up to who we are becoming on this exciting journey called life. I also stated my values in here. I'm not going to go into any details with it, but I believe that it's really important to connect on the level of our core values. So hopefully this is going to be something that also can benefit you while deciding whether I am the right fit for being your coach. So let's just wrap it up. What I'm after with coaching, with, any kind of coaching, to be honest, for leaders, managers, CEOs, and founders. It can be leadership coaching, but it also can be mindset coaching. It can be, self-love coaching. It can be mental resilience coaching. Like, as a coach, I really guide a client through whatever they bring to the table. So as I said before, I see the human. It's up to every single individual what they want to bring, and I guide them, I help them to find their own answers, so that they feel better. And whether it's improved performance, whether it's feeling better in their body, whether it's resolving some relationship issues, everything is connected, right? So what I'm ultimately after is sustainable behavioral change. Sustainable, it's a keyword here. Then happier, healthier, and fulfilled leader or manager or CEO of your company. It's really important that we are good in what we do, but it's important that we are happy, that we are healthy on all the levels, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, right? And also that we are deeply fulfilled. Better and increased performance. This is very important for people who are in positions like leadership, CEOs or managers. So this is ultimately what I'm after as well. And I believe coaching can really, really contribute to increased performance and better results and consistent results, which brings me to another point, to the next point. And again, the keyword here is consistent. Then we have independence of the individual after stopping working together. So I truly believe that your leaders, managers, CEOs, or founders, they might not need me all the time. I mean, there is a period of, let's say, 3 months up to half a year, like the initial period when I would recommend to have a consistent coaching sessions. But my intention is to make each and every client independent, meaning when I am not there, when I am not with them, so that they can help themselves. And that's coming through understanding why they are behaving like this, why they are not behaving like this, right? This is the whole, a science of behaviorism that I was mentioning before, that is part of my methodology. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to elaborate on this more, but I hope you can see what I mean. And then last but not least, there's inner peace, fulfillment, and more joy. Because this is so underrated and this is so often forgotten in corporations, in companies, in organizations. We oftentimes strive for those, tangible results and better performance, and we just like trying to improve the numbers and hit the bigger numbers and better numbers. But inner peace, fulfillment, and joy is so equally important. So I just really wanted to make sure that this is included here as well. If you can now see more clearly the potential of coaching for your leaders, managers, founders, and CEOs in your organization or company, and if you resonate with the approach that I shared, and if you would like to explore options how we can make your leaders, managers, CEOs, or founders to reach their fullest potential so that the whole company or organization can thrive and flourish, then book a call and we will chat. Your company needs more conscious, more authentic, and more fulfilled leaders. And together we can definitely achieve that. The link to book a call below in the description.